Alright, we had a new Hasbro Pulse stream, and I think there's some pretty cool stuff here that definitely deserves to be discussed, especially because I feel this is one of the best streams that they've done in a long time. The discussion was very open, there was a good bit of transparency, which I appreciated. Yeah, overall, this was a great stream. So I'm going to try to go in order of the things that were shown off, and of course, the first thing that we got was SS86 Leader Class Megatron. I have been a bit negative on this figure in the past. If anyone saw my post from when those first leaked pictures started coming out, I wasn't really super hyped for it. In fact, I was very down on it. I have warmed up to it a bit more. I'm not sure it's one that I'm gonna go for, but honestly, he's not bad. I just don't think he looks like the best figure of the year or whatever that a lot of people seem to already be thinking that he is. The one thing I will still say though, I think that fusion cannon looks really bad. That definitely needs some sort of upgrade because it is not good. But he looks G1 accurate enough in robot mode, and I honestly don't feel that the tank mode is all that bad. The turret section's definitely a bit weird, I will say that. But it's pretty cool that it's based on an unused prototype from the 80s called the Armored Blaster system. Like, that's pretty cool. And they kind of said that the tank mode would kind of be the new standard just because of legal stuff with the gun mode, although they did consider what they might be able to do with that. The robot mode has butterfly joints like the Commander Prime. He's a little taller than Commander Prime, which is how it should be. And just overall, not a bad looking figure, just not one that I'm super hyped for. I'm interested to see if I am going to get it myself since I am a little down on it. I just don't really feel the need for it, but at the same time, like, I guess I wouldn't mind. I don't know, we'll see. Then next up for Studio Series Leader Class is of course a reissue of Grimlock. There isn't much to say here. They even said in the stream that there is no changes to the figure. It's exactly the same as the figure that first came out in 2021. So yeah, reissue of Grimlock for those who missed it. I'd say go for it. It's a pretty great figure. I do like that one a lot. Next up we have War for Cybertron Thundercracker from Gamer Edition, and I think he looks pretty solid. I like the colors. It's pretty cool that they did point out that they used the color of the eyes that's actually in the game compared to the concept art, because they're more yellow in the game, whereas in the art they're red. And I dig that. It helps him stand out more individually. And there might not be too much to say here just because it's, you know, that mold again in different colors, but I like it. It looks pretty good. I still got to get Skywarp as of the time of me doing this video, and I'd like to get him too and complete the trio because I had a lot of fun with their level in the video game. Then next up we have Voyager class Mixmaster from SS86. I'm going to be pretty quick on both him and Scavenger just because I'm not getting the 86 Constructicons. I just don't think they look that good. I don't think Devastator looks all that great either. Not terrible, just not the best thing in the world, and I just do not feel the need to get them. But Mixmaster looks okay. They said he was pretty much a Voyager just to help with him being a leg for the combined mode, especially in terms of like ratchets and stuff. The robot mode looks fine. I feel like the truck mode looks fine. But then we have Scavenger, who to me just looks a little goofy, but I find most of the G1 Constructicons a little goofy looking. But kind of like Mixmaster, doesn't look bad, but just not something that I'm really super interested in. But hey, for anyone that's going for these guys, hope you enjoy it. And then we saw more of Devastator, who looks okay. It's about all I can really say, especially as someone who's not too interested in him. Yeah, he looks fine. Then moving on, we have Elita 1 from Transformers 1. And of course, we've known about her for a while now. Damn near like, what, 8 months, 9 months, something like that. And it's pretty cool to see more pictures of her. During the stream, Evan did say that she does have heels and she comes with the mining jetpack, which I think is pretty neat. And not only can it attach to, of course, her robot mode and her alt mode, but also to Bumblebee, Megatron, and Optimus. The Elita 1 looks okay. Her arms are definitely a bit, I'm not sure what the right word is. They just look gigantic in some shots, but I think she looks all right. And it sounds like the transformation is going to be interesting, so I think she'll be cool enough. I'm going for the at least main core TF1 cast, so I'll be happy to get her and hoping she turns out pretty good. Then moving on, we have Transformers 1 Starscream, and I like him a lot more than I expected to be honest. I'm kind of iffy on if I'm actually going to go for him. Again, I want to keep it more so to the core cast of characters from Transformers 1, but I maybe wouldn't mind also expanding from there. The robot mode looks decently accurate, and the jet mode I think looks alright. It definitely has the issue of kind of just having hands in the back, but I think it's pretty neat that they did say that it kind of has some inspiration from the Bumblebee movie Tetrajet design, and I really like that design, so it's kind of cool to see it referenced here. So yeah, right now I'm not sure if I'm going to get him, but he looks like a solid figure. And they did say the other Seekers were a possibility, but they might be a bit more, I guess you could say, difficult because they have a lot of individual design changes instead of being just colors. Then moving on to, for me, the big thing from the stream, the KSI Widow, or of course, Widowmaker, if you go by her concept art name. She turns into a licensed McLaren, and of course this differs from her alternate mode in the concept art, because in the concept art she was an early version of Stinger and turned into the Pagani. But the thing is, they're matching introducing her to the vehicle that is briefly seen in the movie, going along with the other KSI bots and whatnot. So I kind of like that they're in a way sort of canonizing her into the film. You know, sure, her robot mode's not in the movie, but hey, it's just a neat nod to be like, hey, that's Widowmaker. I love the design of this figure. I think it turned out very well. The kibble doesn't look bad at all. She looks to have that Transformers Prime Deluxe Viacon transformation with the legs, and that definitely helps with the car kibble. Just overall, this might be my most anticipated figure coming out in the main line, so I'm very excited for her. I'm just glad to see more base stuff, and of course this is concept art base stuff, which is very exciting. After that, we saw more of the Hearts of Steel packs. Of course, we had the Optimus and Starscream. Pretty sure I've gone over these before, but both packs look cool. You know, Optimus and Starscream both look great. I'm really hoping to get them at some point, and I'd like to get the Bumblebee and Megatron set, especially that Megatron. He looks super cool, very unique. And they did say that the timeline stuff, apparently that's what they're calling these kind of figures, will not be Hearts of Steel in 2026, but it will feature the same 4 characters. Who knows what they're going for? I'm pretty excited to see what they show off. Then one of the coolest things about this stream is we got some early stuff for 2026 shown, but it wasn't done in those space bridge reveals that the streams used to do, where it was kind of just an image of the specific character. We got some actual gray prototypes, the first being Arachnid, who I think looks pretty damn good. They said she's a deluxe, but she kind of looks more like a Voyager to me. Maybe it's just those legs helping to give the impression. I think she looks good in both modes, just from what we've seen, very accurate. I am very excited for her. She looks super cool. And then there was a Voyager Alpha Trion gray prototype shown, and again, looks really damn good. I am very excited to see how this one will look once it's all done. It might be a little early to say this, but I'll definitely be going for these two. Then one big thing that I was very surprised by was they touched on future releases and whatnot, and one of the things that they spoke on was the twins, Skids and Mudflap from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. They did seem to kind of acknowledge some of the controversy with the characters. Again, I think it's controversy that is unwarranted, but they did acknowledge that, and Evan definitely seems to think that they will happen at some point, just not right now. So that's kind of good news, I guess, but part of me is just like, how long could they be put off? But hey, it's pretty cool that they do at least acknowledge that in terms of completing casts. Then there was some other talk, like more combiners using like the Commander class. They said that Defensor and Predaking were specifically mentioned, even Rail Racer, which I think is cool. Rail Racer needs more love, he's super awesome. And then even a more obscure one like Monstructor. Then of course a big thing with this stream was that there was a poll asking about doing more G1, like specifically like season 1 and 2, you know, 84, 85 characters in Studio Series. And of course there was an overwhelming majority that voted, at least on the YouTube poll, to do it. And please Hasbro, don't. Although possible spoiler, that might be getting its own topic for a video in the future. But yeah, overall I thought this stream was cool. Just the amount of transparency they had and things they were willing to talk about I think were cool. I had a lot of fun watching it. It was cool watching them on the stream, which can be kind of rare. And of course a lot of the figures they showed were cool, even if there's a good chunk of them that I might not be too interested in. But tell me, what did you think about the June 24th Hasbro Pulse stream? Did you like it? What figures are you looking forward to the most? How did you feel about that poll about more G1 in Studio Series? And what do you think about the possibility of the twins showing up in Studio Series? Let me know down in the comments. And before we go, I wanted to bring up my shop on Bonfire. It's not much, but I got some shirts on there, specifically my channel logo, and of course the Bay Prime Did Nothing Wrong shirt. And I gotta bring up my members on Patreon. In my average bird tier, there is Schmoptimus Prime and Demonic Whisper, and in my Bird of Prey tier, there is Austin Gillis. I really appreciate the channel support, you guys. Thank you. And as always, I want to give a big thanks to everyone for watching, and have a good one.